Hi everyone, good morning. So today I'm going to start the tutorials on Cucumber using Selenium and Java. So today it will be the first tutorial. So I'll be uploading upcoming sessions. So where we'll be learning the advanced concept of Cucumber. So what is Cucumber? So the question first comes to all of our mind is what is Cucumber? So Cucumber is nothing but a tool which is used for automation framework, right? And it supports behavioral driven development, BDD framework. So it is highly famous in the market right now. So many of the companies, like mostly the finance companies, are using BDD for their automation framework. Okay, so let's see how a feature file look like. So what exactly in Cucumber they have? They have some scenarios. So scenarios are nothing but test cases. Okay, so each scenario, like a particular feature file, or you can call it as a module, will have lot of scenarios or one scenario depending on the test case. So each test case can be a scenario. Okay, so today I'll be talking about a very simple scenario, how to create a simple scenario file and how to run it using Cucumber. And I'll also be doing it in the Maven project. So let's go to Eclipse. So I had already shown in my previous video how to create a Maven project. If you have not seen it already, just go ahead and view that, how to create a Maven project in Java. Okay, so then it will be easy for you to create it for Cucumber. So now first what we have to do is first go to File, New, and click on Others. So we have here Maven folder. Click on the Maven project. Click on Next. Click on Create a Simple Project. Go Next. Give the group ID name .com cucumber test. Suppose I give. So this is the domain ID as I said you before, and this will be the project name. So I can give it as Selenium Cucumber project. Okay, and click on Finish. So as soon as we click on Finish, we'll see the folder structure which looks like this, right? So let's go to pom.xml and add all the dependencies which are required for Cucumber. So the dependencies which are required is like first we have to add the dependency stack here, then we'll come down, then we'll go to Google. So we'll go to Maven repository, and here we will search for Cucumber Java. So the jar file which is required for Cucumber is Cucumber Java first. So let's search it. And if you go to the first one, it says the artifact was moved to io.cucumber. So let's go here. And if you see here io.cucumber, click on this. Okay. Click on this one, 6.7.0. Copy this dependency. Go to your Eclipse, add it over here. We can remove the commented line from here. Control S. As soon as we press Control S, we see there is a folder called Maven dependencies is getting added to the project, right? Where all the jars which are dependent on this Cucumber jar will also get downloaded and get stored in Maven dependencies. You see here, so these are the all the jar files which are used for Cucumber. So if we are doing it in a normal project or not doing it in a Maven project, we have to add all these jar files which are required for Cucumber. We cannot just add Cucumber Java over here, okay, over there. So we have to add all these jar files one by one. We have to download them and add them to our project. But here the good point is you just have to add Cucumber Java. Okay, so now that we have added this, let's add the Selenium jar files because we are going to work with Selenium. So let's go to Selenium, click on search. Selenium Java, the first one. Let's not go with the alpha version. We'll go with this one. Copy this, go to Eclipse and paste it over here. Again, remove this. So now that we have added our Selenium jar file, so that jar files also has come to the maven dependencies folder. So now let's go ahead and create the feature file which is required for Cucumber. So all the projects will have the when you create a maven project, it will have this structure. So all the test automation scripts goes to src test java, whereas the development code goes to src main java. So in src test java, we have to create automation class files, and all the feature file or properties file, any data file will go to resources folder. So let's go to this resources folder and create a new package, new folder we have to create here, which will be called as features. Okay, so you can create a new folder, and within this we'll be keeping all our feature file. So click on new, again right click on the folder, click on new, click on file. Suppose I give test1 dot, and the feature file should end with dot feature, and click on finish. So as soon as I click on finish, it shows me that if you want to add this extension. Okay, so we have to install something which will give us the color coding of the feature file. So let me click on this OK. If you do not get this, you can do it also from the marketplace. So if I as soon as I click on OK, it takes me to Eclipse Marketplace, which can also you can also go from help and Eclipse Marketplace. So here it says Cucumber Eclipse plugin or natural, whichever you want to install. So as soon as we install this one, it will give us the color coding and Cucumber feature file. So click on install over here. Take some time to install the software. And it will also ask to restart your Eclipse. You have to accept the license over here. Click on finish. Okay. So now close it. Yeah, it's installing the software. It's still 11% in the down if you see here. Says install anyway, some warning is coming, click on install anyway. Restart now, so you have to restart your Eclipse. So let's wait for some time when it's getting loaded and see how our feature file look like now. Okay, so let's close this welcome button. Okay, Selenium and Cucumber project, expand this, resources, features. Yeah, see here, test1.feature has been color coded, and it has also added few default scenario over here. I'll be talking about scenario outline in the next tutorials. Okay, so today I'll be talking about what is a scenario or how to create a scenario and run it. Tags and all also will be coming in future sessions. So I can just delete all this text from here. So just Control X, and here we have to write feature and put a colon. So make sure the spelling is correct. The first letter of the feature is capital, and there is a colon at the end. There is no space in between. Okay, here you can have space. Here not a problem. So this is a kind of a module name, you can say. Suppose I'll just give verification of text. Okay. Then we have to write scenario. So again, scenario is capital here, S is capital here, and there is no space, and colon, after colon you can have space and number of space, and here you can write the test name, verify suppose. Okay. Now the part comes, what is Gherkin? So Gherkin is the language which is used in Cucumber. Okay, so let me just delete. So Gherkin in the language which is used in Cucumber. So the Gherkin's tags are given when, then, and, but. Okay. So this you can think of as a test case. So if I like given, I go to Google search page, when I enter Selenium and hit enter, then I saw websites belonging to Selenium. Okay, so suppose this is one of my test case. Okay, in order to run this feature file, we need to create a class file called runner class. Okay, so many of you must be aware of this when, like, if you know Cucumber already, so you must be knowing we need to create a runner file. So to create a runner file, we'll go to test.java folder. Here we'll be creating a package. I'll just give it as a name as runner. Click on finish. Then inside this package, I'll be creating a new class file. So the class file will be like any name we can give it. Test runner, suppose I'm giving. And here I should not be selecting void main, static void main. I'll just click on finish. Okay. So here we have to give something called @run with cucumber dot class. Okay. But this, if you see, it is giving some error because we need to add the JUnit library to the build path. So click on this, add the JUnit library. Okay. Again, we have something called @cucumber options, which is coming from Cucumber Java. So there is one more, Cucumber JUnit. So there is one more jar file which we need to get it from maven repository, which is Cucumber JUnit. So go here and click on Cucumber JVM JUnit. Okay, and one second, not this one. Yeah, io.cucumber. So this is the latest version, 6.7.0 Cucumber JUnit. Copy this one, go to your Eclipse and go to your pom.xml and put it over here. Now let's remove this one. So again, as soon as we type that, all the jar files will get added to maven dependencies. Yeah, Cucumber JUnit. Okay. So now if you go to test run a file, and I'll just, however, I can see Cucumber option import is coming here. So I'll be selecting that. And again for this one also. Okay, one second. It has to be cucumber.class only. One second. Okay, let's go to Google and check once. How to run a Cucumber runner file in Java. Okay, so let's go to this one. Yeah. So run with cucumber dot class. Yeah, this is the one. But it is coming from org JUnit runner. So let's check if we have org JUnit runner. Cucumber dot class. Okay. Yeah, now it's fine. So cucumber options. So every time you get some doubt over here how to run it, you can always go ahead and Google it and check it and come back to your file and add it. Right. So now we have to add feature. So we have to add first two things here. Like there are a lot of options which we can add, but the main default ones are feature and the step definition file. So just type features again. So we have to keep this in mind. It is should be features, and we have to give the path of test1 dot feature. So let me just write test1 dot feature, and we have to give a comma and write here glue. So glue is nothing but the step definition file. So yeah, we have not yet added. So let's keep it like this. Let's have only test1 dot feature. Okay, and we have to run the runner file. So right click on the runner file, right click, run as JUnit test. Okay, so what it says is illegal path exception. So it says this test1 dot feature does not exist. But why it says it does not exist? Because it is trying to search this test1 dot feature file inside the main project folder, right? It is trying to search it over here, right? Selenium Cucumber project test1 feature. But we have it under src test resources. So what you have to do is you have to give here the path src slash test slash resources. Give a slash. So if you are giving a forward slash, you can give one slash. If you are giving a backward slash, you have to give two slash. But if it is directly under the project folder, then you can give, yeah, again we have a folder over here. If you see features folder is also there, so we have to give that also. Okay, but if it is directly under project folder, then you can give only the test1 dot feature. If it is directly under the project folder as folder and test1 dot feature, you have to give just this path. Okay, so whatever the path is, you have to give that. Now let's right click and run as JUnit test. Yeah, so now if you see here the error which we get, it says undefined step exception. You can implement the missing snippet, right? So it is saying we have not implemented the test case. We have created our test case, but we have not written our code for that, right? So let's go to Package Explorer and you. So to create the step definition file, we'll be going to src test java. We'll be creating a new package. We can just write step definitions. Click on finish. Come here, create a new test class file. So we'll be creating, I'll just give the same name. It can be any name, does not matter. Then I have created test one. I'll be click on finish. We'll be not using any void main because we are going to use JUnit. Right? So test one. So now here what we can do is either we can manually go and type it, or we can also go to this JUnit and copy everything. So let me just copy this, press to the notepad here, and I'll be copying everything over here to my class files. Okay, so again we have to save the file and import all the jar files. So you can press Ctrl Shift O, the shortcut to import all the jar files. Yes. O. files at one time. Okay, and we also have to remove all this, otherwise it will throw exception, and we have to implement our code here. So whatever your code is, you have to write it. Suppose for example we are going to Selenium page, right? Sorry, Google page. So I'll be just writing web driver is equal to new Firefox driver, because I already have my Gecko driver, so I do not need to add that again. Driver dot get HTTP is mandatory, google.com. Okay, I go to Google search page. So as per the test case, it has to go to Google search page. So we have written the code to go to Google search page. Okay, so in the next test, the next method, we have to write the code to enter Selenium and hit enter. So here I'll be writing driver dot find element. But if you see, we are unable to access driver over here because this has not been implemented in a global level, right? This has initialized in the local method. So I'll be removing it from here and moving it to class level and initializing it here. Initialization will be happening here so that I can access it from all the methods. Find element by dot name, because the Google search page name has Q, it has still there, it has not changed. So we can just keep it like that. And the text which we are passing is Selenium, right? So this is our code for this one. And then we can just write whatever code we want to, or I'll just write driver.quit over here. Okay. So now let's run this. So to run this file, we have to go to our runner file, right click on the runner file, run as JUnit test. Okay, so the mistake what we did here is we have not written glue, comma, glue, and give the path of the step definition file. So you just have to give the path of the package name. Okay, you do not need to give the particular file name, you just give the package name. It'll based on the test case, or wherever this particular text will match, it will go to this package, and wherever it is matching, it will run that class file. Okay, or it will run that method, not the class file, it will run that method. So even if I have given in one class file, when in another class file, then in another class file, it will run all three of them from three different files. So it does not depend on which file it is located, it depends on the text. It should match the text. Okay, so now let's run this test runner file, run as JUnit test. See here, it is going to google.com. And it got passed also. It did it so fast. If I just expand it here in JUnit, we can see it over here. Right? So this, let's just refresh. Yeah. So it will also be giving a default output file, like a log file. Okay. So which I'll be showing, not a log file but a report it will generate. So I'll show you that in the coming classes. By using a lot of other options, we can get that. So as I said, it will match the text. So if I'll just go here and I'll just change it to search page 1, and I'll try to run this class file now. So it says this particular step is missing, right? So make sure whatever you are having the text over here, it is exactly matching. and it is also case sensitive. It also depend on the space. So if you have more than one space, that also will not work. So now I have added one more than one space, and again I'm running it. See, it is throwing an error. So this is very, very difficult to know if we have this error or not, right? Because there are two space and we will be thinking we already have our test, we have our method correctly, but why it is giving error. So whenever you are writing your code in a step definition file, always copy it, like copy it from here, copy it and go to your file and then paste it over here if you are doing it manually, like this. Okay, and this method name can be anything, it is not, does not matter. Go to search, this method name does not depend on anything, but this text should match with the text in the feature file. Okay, and also if there are more than one feature file which is going to Google page and it has the similar text, then also you cannot write another code for that text. When you write the code, whenever you have another feature file where the scenario is also having this line, you, that code will also go to this code, that text will also go to this particular code and run this. Okay, so it has a lot of features in it. I'll be talking about more of Selenium Cucumber features in my coming classes. Okay, so thank you everyone. Do try this out and let me know if you have any questions in the first Cucumber project. Okay, thank you everyone. Have a very nice day.